Marcus Chen wiped the sweat from his forehead as he crawled through the narrow maintenance tunnel beneath the Galactic Council space station. The air was thick and hot. His tools clanked against the metal walls as he moved deeper into the darkness. Above him, thousands of aliens from across the galaxy were having important meetings. Down here, Marcus was just trying to fix a broken coolant pipe. He had been working on the station for 3 years now. As a human, he was still considered new. Most species in the galaxy had been traveling through space for thousands of years. Humans had only joined the Galactic Council 50 years ago. Some aliens still did not trust them. Some thought humans were too young, too dangerous, too unpredictable. Marcus did not care much about politics. He just wanted to do his job and go home. But today everything would change. The coolant leak was worse than he thought. Green liquid dripped from a crack in the pipe. Marcus pulled out his repair tool and started working. As he pressed against the wall for support, he heard a strange sound. Crack. The metal wall behind him broke apart. Marcus fell backward into a hidden room. He landed hard on the floor. His flashlight rolled away, spinning in circles. When Marcus stood up and grabbed it, he could not believe what he saw. The room was filled with strange objects, weapons, armor, devices he did not recognize. Everything was covered in dust. This place had been sealed for a very long time. Marcus walked slowly through the vault. Glass cases lined the walls. Inside each case was something different. A sword that seemed to glow with its own light. A helmet with too many eye holes. A gun that looked like it was made from living metal. Every item had a small sign, but the writing was in alien languages Marcus could not read. In the back corner of the vault, Marcus saw something that caught his attention. A black suit hung on a stand. It was not like any armor he had seen before. The material seemed to drink in the light from his flashlight. It looked smooth, almost liquid. Marcus moved closer. The sign in front of the suit had writing in 12 different alien languages. Marcus could read none of them. But there were pictures. Drawings of different aliens wearing the suit. Each drawing showed the same thing. The alien putting on the suit, then the alien screaming, then the alien dead. Marcus frowned. This was clearly some kind of warning, but Marcus was not thinking about warnings. He was thinking about the coolant leak. The green liquid was corrosive. It could burn through his regular work clothes. He needed protection, and here was a suit that looked very protective. He reached out and touched it. The material felt warm, almost alive. Marcus looked back at the broken wall. He could see the green coolant still dripping. He needed to fix that pipe. He needed protection. The suit would be perfect. Without thinking more about it, Marcus took the suit off its stand. It was lighter than it looked. He stepped into it. The moment the suit touched his skin, everything changed. The suit seemed to flow over his body like water. It covered him completely in seconds. Marcus gasped. He felt a tingling sensation spreading from his fingers to his toes. Then the tingling became something more. Energy. Power. Information. Images flashed through his mind. Star maps, weapon systems, fighting techniques, languages. The suit was trying to connect with his brain. Marcus felt dizzy. He stumbled and grabbed the wall. For a moment he thought he would pass out. Then suddenly everything became clear. The dizziness stopped. Marcus felt better than he had ever felt in his life. He could see everything. The suit showed him information about the room. It told him the age of each object. It showed him the structural weakness in the vault walls. It displayed his own heartbeat, blood pressure, and body temperature. All of this information appeared in his vision, but it did not overwhelm him. His brain processed it all easily. Marcus looked down at his hands. The black material covered them completely, but he could feel everything. His sense of touch was even better than before. He flexed his fingers. They moved perfectly. He felt strong, very strong. Then the alarm started. Loud sirens echoed through the station. Red lights flashed in the corridor outside the vault. Marcus realized his mistake. The vault must have had security sensors. When the wall broke, when he took the suit, the alarms triggered. He could hear running footsteps, voices shouting in different alien languages. Security was coming. Marcus tried to take the suit off. He pulled at the material, but it would not move. The suit had bonded to his skin. He pulled harder, nothing. The suit was part of him now. The footsteps were getting closer. Marcus could hear at least 20 different beings running toward the vault. The first to arrive was Ambassador Valix. She was a Krath, an insect-like alien with 4 arms and large compound eyes. She had always been kind to Marcus. When she saw him standing in the vault wearing the black suit, her face changed. Her eyes went wide. Her mandibles clicked together rapidly, a sign of extreme fear. Behind her came Commander Brutax, a massive rhinoceros-like Goroth. He was head of station security. He took one look at Marcus and immediately raised his weapon. 20 more security officers poured into the vault, all pointing their guns at Marcus. Then came High Curator Thessalon. He was a serpentine slith, the keeper of all dangerous artifacts in the council. His scales had turned pale. He stared at Marcus with horror in his yellow eyes. His voice came out as a whisper, but in the silent vault everyone heard it clearly. "By the void," Thessalon said. "He's wearing the death shroud. The Reaper Shroud. The suit that has killed every being who ever touched it." Ambassador Valix turned to look at the High Curator. "The Velkari artifact? The one from the old wars?" "Yes," Thessalon said. His voice was shaking. 23 species have tried to wear it. 23 species failed. Their nervous systems could not handle the interface. Their brains overheated and shut down. Some died in seconds. The lucky ones took minutes. But all of them died. All eyes turned back to Marcus. He stood there alive and conscious. The suit moved with him naturally like a second skin. He raised his hand slowly, trying to show he meant no harm. But the suit detected the weapons pointed at him. Information flooded his vision. Weapon types, firing angles, threat levels. The suit was preparing to defend him. "Please," Marcus said. "I did not know. I just wanted protection from the coolant leak. I cannot take it off. I tried. It will not come off." Commander Brutax stepped forward. His weapon was still raised. "How do you feel, human?" Marcus thought about the question. How did he feel? He felt amazing, strong, fast, alert. His mind was clear. "I feel fine," he said honestly. "Better than fine. I feel good." Ambassador Velix's mandibles clicked again. She looked at Thessalon. "How long do they usually last before the suit kills them?" "The longest survivor made it 17 minutes, Thessalon said. He looked at a device on his wrist. "This human has been wearing it for 23 minutes already." The vault became very quiet. Everyone stared at Marcus. A human was wearing the death shroud. And he was still alive, still conscious, still standing. It should have been impossible. In 10,000 years of galactic history, no one had ever survived the Reaper Shroud. Until now. Commander Brutax lowered his weapon slightly. "This changes everything," he said quietly. Ambassador Velix nodded slowly. She looked at Marcus with a mixture of fear and wonder. "Yes," she said. "Yes, it does." Marcus sat in the medical containment cell. The walls were made of clear material that was stronger than steel. Outside, dozens of scientists and doctors watched him. They had been watching for 6 hours now. Some looked worried. Some looked excited. All of them looked confused. He could see their instruments scanning him constantly. Displays showed his brain activity, his heart rate, his body temperature. Everything was normal. Too normal. Marcus should have been dead 3 times over by now. That is what everyone kept saying. The Galactic Council had called an emergency meeting. Representatives from every major species were gathering in the main chamber above. Marcus could hear their voices through the walls. The suit made his hearing much better. He could understand most of what they were saying now. The suit had downloaded over 500 languages directly into his brain. High Curator Thessalon entered the observation area. He carried several old data tablets. His scales were still pale. He had not stopped shaking since finding Marcus in the vault. Behind him came Ambassador Velix and Commander Brutax. They all looked tired. Thessalon activated a large display screen on the wall. "I have pulled all the historical records," he said. His voice came through speakers in Marcus's cell. The Death Shroud was created by the Velkari over 10,000 years ago. They were the most advanced warrior race in galactic history. They nearly conquered everything before they vanished. Images appeared on the screen, strange alien beings that looked like they were made of light and shadow. The Velkari. They wore armor similar to what Marcus now wore. But in the images they moved so fast they blurred. The Reaper Shroud was their most powerful piece of equipment. Thessalon continued. It connects directly to the wearer's nervous system. It increases reaction time by a factor of 100. It makes the wearer 10 times stronger. It processes information faster than most ship computers. but no known species has the neural capacity to handle it. More images appeared, different aliens wearing the suit. Each image showed the same progression. The alien putting it on. The alien's face contorted in pain. The alien collapsing. The alien dead. Species after species. All failures. 23 different species tried to use the suit, Thessalon said. All of them died. The fastest death was 14 seconds. The longest was 31 minutes. In every case, the cause was the same. Neural overload. The feedback from the suit was too much. Their brains literally cooked from the inside. Ambassador Velix looked at Marcus through the clear wall. But you have been wearing it for 6 hours, she said. How is this possible? Marcus shrugged. I do not know. I feel fine. Actually, I feel better than fine. I can think more clearly than ever before. I can see better. Hear better. Everything is just working. A door opened and 3 doctors entered the observation area. They were all different species. One was a Krath like Ambassador Velix. One was tall and thin with blue skin. One looked like a floating ball of light. They huddled around a set of displays talking quietly. The blue-skinned doctor finally spoke. We have been studying the scans, she said. What we are seeing is remarkable. The human brain is adapting to the suit. His neural pathways are literally rewiring themselves in real time. What does that mean? Commander Brutax asked. It means his brain is changing its structure to accommodate the suit's interface, the doctor explained. Other species cannot do this. Their neural architecture is fixed, rigid. When the suit tries to interface with them, there is nowhere for the extra information to go. It causes a feedback loop that destroys the brain. The floating ball of light pulsed brightly. Humans have something we call neuroplasticity. Their brains can reorganize themselves, form new connections, adapt to new inputs. It is how human children learn so quickly. But this human's brain is doing it at an extreme level. The Krath doctor clicked her mandibles. There is more. Humans evolved as persistence hunters. They chased prey for hours across open plains. This required excellent stamina and the ability to track and process complex information while moving. Their brains are naturally suited for handling multiple sensory inputs simultaneously. And they are tool users, the Blue Doctor added. One of the best in the galaxy. Humans have been using complex tools for millions of years. Their brains are wired to interface with external systems. The suit is just another tool. A very advanced tool, but still a tool. Thessalon stared at the doctors. So you are saying humans are uniquely suited to wear the death shroud? Not just suited, the floating doctor said. It appears humans are the only known species capable of wearing it. The Velkari must have had similar neural abilities, but they are gone. Humans may be the only living species with the right combination of adaptability and neural structure. The room became silent. Everyone looked at Marcus again. He sat calmly in his cell, the black suit moving smoothly with every breath he took. A human wearing a weapon that had killed every other being who touched it. It seemed impossible. But there he was. Commander Brutax broke the silence. The council is in chaos, he said. Some members want the human executed immediately. They say he is too dangerous. Some want him studied. Some want to remove the suit by any means necessary. Can the suit be removed? Ambassador Velix asked. Thessalon shook his head. The suit has bonded at the molecular level. It is part of him now. Attempting forceful removal would kill him. The only way to remove it is if the suit releases him voluntarily, and in 10,000 years it has never released anyone. Living or dead, Marcus stood up. Everyone tensed. I did not ask for this, he said. I was just trying to fix a coolant leak. But I am not your enemy. I do not want to hurt anyone. That may be, Commander Brutax said. But you are wearing the most dangerous weapon in galactic history. The Council will want proof that you can control it. That it has not made you dangerous. Ambassador Velix stepped closer to the clear wall. The military faction wants you tested, Marcus. They want to see what the suit can do, what you can do. If you refuse, they will vote to have you destroyed. If you agree, there is a chance we can convince the Council that you are not a threat. Marcus looked down at his hands. The black material covered them completely. He could feel the suit systems running through his body. Weapons, shields, enhanced strength. The suit had so many capabilities. It was showing him only a fraction of what it could do. If he wanted, he could probably break out of this cell easily. But that would prove them right. That would make him the threat they feared. What kind of test? Marcus asked. Strength tests, speed tests, combat simulations, Commander Brutax said. They want to know what they are dealing with. They need to know if you are still human or if the suit has turned you into something else. Marcus thought about it. He did not have much choice. If he refused, they would kill him. If he cooperated, he might survive. And maybe, just maybe, he could prove that humans were not the dangerous children the galaxy thought they were. Okay, Marcus said. I will do your tests. But I want something in return. I want Ambassador Velix to speak for me in the council. I want a fair hearing. I want a chance to show that I am not a monster. Ambassador Velix clicked her mandibles. It was a sound of agreement. You have my word, she said. I will speak for you. I will tell them what the doctors found. That you are adapting, not being corrupted. That you are still you. The testing began the next day. They moved Marcus to a large training facility deep inside the station. The room was designed for security drills, weapons testing, combat training. Now it would test a human in a 10,000-year-old death suit. Cameras covered every angle. Hundreds of council members watched from observation rooms. Marcus stood in the center of the empty space. The suit felt comfortable now, like it had always been part of him. He could feel its systems waiting. Ready. Commander Brutax's voice came through the speakers. First test. Lift capacity. There is a metal beam to your right. It weighs 2,000 kilograms. Please lift it. Marcus walked to the beam. It was thick, heavy industrial metal. He bent down and grabbed it. The suit's strength enhancement activated automatically. He lifted the beam over his head with ease. It felt like lifting a small box. He could have lifted much more. Gasps came from the observation rooms. Marcus set the beam down gently. Second test, speed, run to the far wall and back. The distance is 200 meters, Marcus ran. The suit made him faster than he had ever moved before. His legs pumped. The ground blurred beneath him. He reached the wall and turned, accelerating even more on the way back. When he stopped, Commander Brutax was silent for a long moment. That took 3.2 seconds, Brutax finally said. The security cameras could barely track you. That is faster than most vehicles. Third test. Combat simulation. We are releasing 3 training drones. They are programmed to attack you. Disable them without destroying them completely. 3 flying drones entered the room. They were fast, moving in unpredictable patterns. They fired stun beams at Marcus, but he could see them coming. The suit showed him their trajectories. His enhanced reflexes let him dodge easily. He jumped, grabbed one drone out of the air and disabled its power core with a precise tap. The second drone tried to escape. Marcus threw a small piece of metal at it, hitting its control system perfectly. It fell to the ground. The news spread faster than light speed. Within hours, every corner of the galaxy knew about Marcus Chen, the human who wore the death shroud, the man who survived what had killed 23 species. The videos of his testing spread across millions of worlds. Everyone had an opinion. Most of them were bad. Marcus sat in his quarters and watched the news feeds. The council had moved him from the containment cell to a more comfortable room. But guards still stood outside his door. Cameras still watched his every move. He was not a prisoner, they said. But he was not free either. The Krath Hive had issued an official statement. They demanded Marcus be executed immediately. They called him an abomination, a threat to all civilized species. They quoted ancient laws about forbidden weapons, laws that said such things must be destroyed along with anyone who used them. The Gorath hegemony had a different demand. They wanted the suit surrendered to them. They said only the military should control such power. If humans would not give it up, then the suit should be taken by force. Their fleet was already moving toward council space, they announced. Just as a precaution, they said, the Slith Archives issued their own statement. High Curator Thessalon spoke for them. He said the suit must be returned to stasis immediately, that Marcus had violated sacred trusts by touching it, that humanity had proven too reckless to be trusted with ancient artifacts. He apologized, but his voice was cold. The suit had been under his protection. Its activation was his failure, but Marcus would pay the price. On Earth, the human government was in emergency session. They sent diplomatic messages to every major power. They insisted Marcus was innocent, that he had acted without knowledge, that he posed no threat, but their words seemed weak. Humans were still new to galactic politics. They had few allies, little influence, and now one of their citizens wore the most feared weapon in history. Public opinion was divided. Some species saw humans as dangerous children playing with fire. They said this proved humans were not ready for the galaxy, that humanity should be restricted, monitored, maybe even expelled from the Council. Other species wondered if the Council was being hypocritical. After all, they had kept the suit instead of destroying it. They had stored it in a poorly secured vault, and now they blamed the human for their own mistakes. Underground betting networks appeared. Criminals wagered on how long Marcus would survive. Days, weeks? Would the suit eventually kill him? Would the Council execute him? Would he go insane like the legend said? The odds changed by the hour. Some people were getting rich. Others were going broke. Everyone was watching. Terrorist groups issued threats. Some wanted to kill Marcus to prevent humans from becoming too powerful. Others wanted to capture him and study the suit. Steal it, replicate it. Security around the station tripled. Commander Brutax looked exhausted. He was trying to protect Marcus while also preparing for possible attack. His job had become impossible. Scientists from dozens of worlds requested access to Marcus. They wanted to study how his brain interfaced with the suit. They wanted blood samples, neural scans. Some offered money. Others offered their entire research budgets. The Council denied them all. For now, Marcus was too valuable and too dangerous to share. Military commanders from multiple species sent recruitment offers. Join our forces, they said. We will protect you. We will give you anything you want. Just bring the suit to us. Let us use its power. Marcus deleted every message. He did not want to be a weapon for anyone, but Marcus was learning things too. The suit was teaching him. Every day he discovered new capabilities. The suit had weapon systems, energy shields, a cloaking function that made him invisible, built-in sensors that could detect threats from kilometers away, communication systems that could hack into almost any network. The more he explored, the more he found. The suit was not just armor. It was a complete combat system, and there was something else. A presence. Marcus could feel it sometimes, like someone was watching him from inside his own head. At first he thought he was going crazy, that the suit was finally affecting his mind. But the presence was not hostile. It was curious, patient, waiting. One night, Marcus could not sleep. He sat in his room and spoke to the darkness. "Are you there?" he asked quietly. "Are you real or am I losing my mind?" The presence responded. Not with words exactly. With concepts, feelings, images. The suit had an artificial intelligence. It had been dormant for thousands of years. But now it was waking up. Marcus's brain activity had triggered it. The suit was analyzing him, learning about humans, deciding something. "What are you deciding?" Marcus asked. More images. A test. The Velkhari had left the suit as a test. Every species that failed to wear it had failed the test. But Marcus was not failing, not yet. The test was not about surviving. It was about something else. Something the AI would not reveal. Not yet. "Can you tell me your name?" Marcus asked Oracle. The AI called itself Oracle. It was ancient beyond measure. It had witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. It had watched 23 species try and fail. And now it was watching Marcus, a human. A species Oracle had never encountered before. A species that might finally pass the test. Marcus wanted to ask more questions. But Ambassador Velix arrived at his door. She looked worried. Her mandibles clicked rapidly. "We have a problem," she said. "A big problem." Marcus stood up. What happened? There was an attack. A civilian transport station near the border. 50,000 beings killed. The evidence points to human weapons. Human tactics. The Council is saying you were involved. That the suit gave you the ability to be in two places at once. Or that you have allies. They are calling for your immediate arrest. Marcus felt cold. "But I have been here the whole time. Under constant surveillance. How could they think I did it?" "Because the evidence is very convincing," Velix said. "Security footage shows someone in a black suit identical to yours. Weapon signatures match Velkhari technology. The attack was impossibly fast and precise. Just like your demonstration. They are saying either you did it, or someone else has access to similar technology. Either way, humanity is being blamed." Marcus shook his head. "This is a setup. Someone is framing me, framing humanity." "I know," Felix said. "Commander Brutax knows. Even High Curator Thessalon suspects something is wrong. But the Council is afraid. Afraid of you. Afraid of humans. This attack gives them the excuse they need. Some Council members have been talking privately. about preventing humans from gaining too much power, about stopping your species before you become a threat. So this was planned, Marcus said. A false flag operation. That is what I think, Felix said. But I cannot prove it, not yet. The council will vote tomorrow. If the vote passes, sanctions will be imposed on humanity. Your diplomatic status will be revoked. You will be arrested, possibly executed, and Earth will be isolated from the rest of the galaxy. Marcus felt Oracle stirring in his mind. The AI was alert now, focused. It showed him something. The suit had sensors. Very powerful sensors. It had been recording everything since Marcus put it on. Every conversation, every meeting, every private discussion. The suit had data, evidence, proof that the attack could not have been Marcus. And possibly proof of who really did it. I need access to the council database, Marcus said suddenly. I need to see the attack footage. Compare it to what the suit recorded. There will be differences. Proof that the attacker was not me. Felix clicked her mandibles. That information is classified. Even I cannot access it. Only top security officials can. Then I will have to access it myself, Marcus said. That would be illegal, Felix said. But her tone was not disapproving. She looked at Marcus carefully. If you were caught, it would only make things worse. And if I do nothing, I will be executed anyway, Marcus said. At least this way I have a chance. A chance to prove my innocence. To show that someone is trying to start a war between humans and the rest of the galaxy. Oracle pulsed in his mind. It showed him a route. Through the maintenance tunnels. Past the security systems. Into the secure data center. The suit could hack the locks. The cloaking system would hide him from cameras. It was possible. Dangerous, but possible. Ambassador Valek stood there for a long moment. Then she nodded slightly. The guard shifts change in 30 minutes. There will be a brief window when the corridors are less watched. But Marcus, if you do this, you must succeed. If you fail, I cannot protect you. No one can. I understand, Marcus said. Thank you for trusting me. Felix left without another word. Marcus stood alone in his room. The suit pulsed gently against his skin. Oracle was ready. The question was whether Marcus was ready. He was about to break into the most secure facility in the galaxy. If he succeeded, he might clear his name. If he failed, he would prove everyone right. That humans were dangerous. That they could not be trusted. That Marcus Chen was a threat to all civilized life. He thought about his family on Earth, his friends, his species. They were all depending on him now, even if they did not know it. This was bigger than one man in a suit. This was about humanity's place in the galaxy, about whether humans would be accepted or rejected, about the future of his entire species. Marcus took a deep breath. The suit responded to his determination, its systems coming online, weapons ready, shields ready, cloaking ready. He was as ready as he would ever be. Marcus moved through the maintenance tunnels like a shadow. The suit's cloaking system bent light around him, making him invisible. His footsteps made no sound. Even his breathing was filtered. He was a ghost in the machine. Oracle guided him, showing the safest routes through his enhanced vision. The data center was 3 levels down, heavily guarded, protected by encryption that would take normal computers years to break. But Oracle was not a normal computer. The AI had been created by the Velkari, the most advanced civilization in galactic history. Their technology was still centuries beyond anything the current galaxy could produce. Marcus reached the first security door. Oracle interfaced with the lock. Data streamed through Marcus's vision. Codes, patterns, weaknesses. The door opened silently. Marcus slipped through. Guards stood 10 meters away, but they did not see him. The cloaking held, he descended deeper, past more guards, through more doors. Finally, he reached the data center. Rows of servers stretched in every direction. This was where the council kept its most sensitive information. Attack records, security footage, secret communications. Everything Marcus needed. Oracle connected to the network. The AI moved through the system faster than any security program could detect. It found the attack footage, downloaded it, compared it to the suit's own recordings of Marcus during the same time period. The differences were obvious. The person in the attack footage moved differently. Their combat style was similar but not identical. And there were other clues. Weapon signatures that did not quite match. Timing errors. Small inconsistencies that proved the attacker was not Marcus. But Oracle found more. Much more. Secret communications between certain council members. Plans to frame Marcus. Plans to use the attack to justify sanctions against humanity. Plans to prevent humans from becoming too powerful. It was exactly what Velix had suspected. A conspiracy. Several high-ranking officials working together to destroy humanity's reputation before humans could establish themselves in the galaxy. Marcus felt anger rising. These beings had killed 50,000 innocent people. Just to frame him. Just to hurt humanity. The suit responded to his anger. Weapon systems activated. Target acquisition locked onto the guards outside. Marcus could kill them all in seconds. It would be easy. Then Oracle spoke directly into his mind. Not with images this time. With words. Clear and ancient. This is the test, Oracle said. This has always been the test. Marcus froze. What do you mean? The Velkhari created the Reaper Shroud as a test for younger species, Oracle explained. Not a test of strength. Not a test of survival. A test of wisdom. Every species that wore the suit gained incredible power. Every species used that power to destroy, to conquer, to dominate. They all failed. They proved they were not ready for the knowledge we left behind. Marcus looked at the downloaded data, at the evidence that would clear his name. What knowledge? He asked. Everything, Oracle said. The Velkhari stored their entire civilization's knowledge in this suit. Science, technology, weapons capable of destroying stars. Ships that can cross the galaxy in moments. The ability to manipulate space and time itself. Any species that passes the test gains access to all of it. Marcus felt the weight of those words. Ultimate power. Ultimate knowledge. Humanity could leap forward thousands of years in a single generation. They could become the dominant species in the galaxy. No one could threaten them. No one could stop them. But why did the other species fail? Marcus asked. What did they do wrong? They used the power, Oracle said simply. They were given incredible abilities and they used them. For revenge. For conquest. For domination. They proved that power corrupted them. That they would use Velkhari knowledge to harm others. So the suit killed them. It was programmed to eliminate those who failed the test. Marcus understood now. He had the evidence to clear his name. He had the power to destroy his enemies. The conspirators who framed him. The council members who wanted humanity destroyed. He could kill them all. Expose them. Take revenge. The suit would let him. The suit would help him. But if he did, he would fail the test, just like all the others. What happens if I use this power to hurt people? Marcus asked. The suit will terminate you, Oracle said, and it will remain sealed for another 10,000 years, waiting for a species that is wise enough, strong enough to have power, but wise enough not to use it for destruction. Marcus stood in the data center. The evidence was downloaded. The truth was in his hands. He could expose the conspiracy without violence. He could clear humanity's name through transparency, not through force. That was the answer. That was how to pass the test, Oracle, Marcus said. I need you to do something. Broadcast this evidence to every network in the galaxy. Not just the Council, everyone, every species, every world. Make it public. Make it impossible to hide or deny. Let the truth speak for itself. You do not wish to confront the conspirators personally? Oracle asked. You have the power to do so, to make them pay for what they did. No, Marcus said. Violence would only prove them right. That humans are dangerous. That I am dangerous. The truth is a better weapon than anything this suit can do. Let the evidence destroy them. Let their own actions condemn them. I will not become a killer. Oracle was silent for a moment. Then Marcus felt something change. A warmth spread through the suit, through his body, into his mind. You have passed the first stage of the test, Oracle said. You chose wisdom over power, truth over vengeance. But there is one more choice to make. One final decision that will determine if humanity is truly ready. What choice? Marcus asked. The Velkhari knowledge is now unlocked. You have access to all of it. You could keep it. Use it to make humanity the most powerful species in the galaxy. Give your people technology that would take others thousands of years to develop. Make humans untouchable, unstoppable, or you could share it. Give the knowledge to all species equally. Lift everyone, not just your own kind. Marcus thought about it. He thought about Earth, about his family, about every human who had ever suffered because humanity was weak, young, vulnerable. This was the chance to change that, to make sure humans would never be threatened again. But he also thought about the Velkhari. About why they left? Oracle had said they transcended. But transcended to what? To where? He asked. They ascended to a higher plane of existence, Oracle explained. But not because they wanted to. Because they had to. Their power isolated them. No species could relate to them anymore. They were alone. Lonely. They realized that ultimate power was ultimate isolation. So they left. And they created this test, hoping that someday, a species would learn from their mistake, would understand that true strength is not domination. It is community, cooperation, equality, Marcus understood. If humanity hoarded the Velkhari knowledge, they would repeat the same mistake. They would become gods among children, powerful but alone, feared but never truly respected, never truly part of the galactic community. Broadcast the evidence, Marcus said. Then prepare a second broadcast. All the Velkhari knowledge, medical technology, energy systems, communication advances, everything that can help people, give it to everyone. Every species, no exceptions. Let the whole galaxy benefit. And the weapons? Oracle asked. The dangerous technologies? The reality warping devices? The star-destroying weapons? Lock them, Marcus said. Put them behind safeguards. Require unanimous council approval to access. Make them available only if the entire galaxy agrees they are needed. No single species should have that kind of power. Not even humans. You understand what this means? Oracle said. You are giving away humanity's advantage. Other species will benefit as much as humans. Some will benefit more because they have larger populations or more resources. Humans will not become dominant. They will remain equals. Good, Marcus said. That is how it should be. Humanity does not need to rule the galaxy. We just need to be part of it. Respected, trusted, equal, that is enough. The warmth in the suit intensified. Marcus felt the final locks opening. Information flooded into his mind, but not overwhelming. Controlled, organized. The Velkhari knowledge was his. Humanity's, everyone's, you have passed, Oracle said. In 10,000 years. 23 species. You are the first. The only one who understood that the test was never about strength. It was about knowing when not to use strength. About choosing cooperation over domination. About understanding that true power is not controlling others. It is empowering others, Marcus smiled. So what happens now? Now we share the knowledge, Oracle said. And you make a choice about the suit itself. You can keep it. The combat systems will remain. The defensive capabilities, you will be humanity's protector. But the weapons of mass destruction are locked forever. You have proven you will not misuse them, or you can remove the suit, return it to storage. Knowing you passed the test, Marcus thought about it, but only for a moment. I will keep it, not as a weapon, as a reminder. That power without wisdom is dangerous, that humans must always choose carefully, that we pass the test not by being the strongest, but by being wise enough not to prove our strength through violence. Then it is done, Oracle said. Prepare yourself. The galaxy is about to change, and humanity is about to prove to everyone what you have proven to me, that young species can be wise species. The galaxy exploded with activity. Every news network, every government, every individual with access to communication technology saw the broadcasts. The evidence against the conspirators was overwhelming. Communications proving they planned the attack. Financial records showing payments to the actual attackers. Timeline data showing Marcus was under constant surveillance during the incident. The truth was undeniable. Within hours, the conspirators were arrested. Council members, military officials, intelligence operatives, all of them taken into custody. The investigation spread like fire. More corruption was discovered. More plots were uncovered. The council's reputation was shaken to its foundation. But the evidence had come from Marcus, a human, the species they had tried to destroy, and then came the second broadcast. The Velkhari archives, technology beyond imagination, medical advances that could cure diseases no one had been able to treat, energy systems that could power entire worlds without pollution, communication technology that would connect the galaxy like never before, food synthesis that could end hunger, water purification that could terraform dead worlds. All of it free, all of it available, all of it shared equally. Some species were suspicious. This had to be a trick. Humans trying to gain influence, control, power. They searched the data for hidden codes, backdoors, traps. They found nothing. The knowledge was genuine, complete, freely given. Other species were grateful. They began implementing the technology immediately. Hospitals across the galaxy started using Velkhari medical techniques. Patients who had been dying were saved. Children who had been sick became healthy. The technology worked. It was real. And humanity had given it to everyone. But there was debate. Fierce debate. On Earth, government officials were furious. They called Marcus a traitor. He had given away humanity's advantage, given their enemies the same tools humans needed to protect themselves, made humans vulnerable.
Equal when they could have been dominant.
Protests erupted in major cities. People were angry, scared. They felt Marcus had betrayed them. Other humans disagreed. They saw what Marcus had done differently. He had made humanity trusted, respected. He had proven humans were not dangerous, not selfish, not the children everyone thought they were. He had shown that even a young species could be wise, could think about others, could choose community over conquest. The council called an emergency session. Marcus was summoned. He stood in the main chamber. Thousands of representatives from hundreds of species watched him, some with anger, some with respect, all with curiosity. Ambassador Velik stood beside him as his advocate. Commander Brutax provided security. High Curator Thessalon watched from the observer section, his expression unreadable. The council speaker, an ancient being whose species predated most galactic civilization, spoke first. Marcus Chen of Earth, the speaker said, "You have done something unprecedented. You wore the death shroud and survived. You exposed corruption within our own council. You accessed restricted information without authorization, and you shared the most valuable technology in galactic history without consulting anyone. You have broken many laws, but you have also saved many lives. The question before us is simple. What do we do with you?" Marcus stood straight. The suit was visible but inactive. He had proven he controlled it, not the other way around. "I understand I broke laws," he said. "I will accept punishment for that. But I will not apologize for sharing the Velkhari knowledge. That technology belongs to everyone. Not to me, not to humanity. To all of us," a Gorath representative stood. "You gave away power we could have used. Power that could have protected your species. Why?" Marcus looked at the Gorath. "Because protection through power is isolation. The Velkhari learned that. They became so powerful that no one could stand beside them. Only below them or against them. They had no equals, no friends, no community. They left because being gods made them alone. I did not want that for humanity. I do not want that for anyone." A Krath representative clicked her mandibles. "But you kept the suit. You kept some power for yourself." "Yes," Marcus admitted. "But the suit's weapons are locked. I cannot use them without unanimous council approval. I kept the suit as a reminder. For myself. For humanity. That power without wisdom is dangerous. That we must always choose carefully how we use our strength." High Curator Thessalon stood and approached the chamber floor. Everyone went quiet. He looked at Marcus for a long moment. "I have studied the Velkhari for my entire life," he said. "I thought I understood them. But I was wrong. I saw the Reaper Shroud as a weapon, a dangerous artifact to be contained. But it was never a weapon. It was a test. And in 10,000 years every species failed. Until now." He turned to address the entire council. The Velkhari did not want their knowledge to create conquerors. They wanted it to find worthy successors. Species wise enough to use power responsibly. Marcus Chen has proven humanity is that species. Not through strength. Through restraint. Through choosing cooperation over domination. I recommend we do not punish this human. I recommend we honor him. Murmurs spread through the chamber. The council speaker raised a hand for silence. "Is there anyone who wishes to speak against this recommendation?" Several representatives stood, but one by one they sat back down. What could they say? Marcus had exposed criminals. He had shared technology that was already saving lives. He had proven humans could be trusted. Speaking against him now would seem petty, vindictive, and none of them wanted that reputation. The council speaker nodded. "Then we vote. All in favor of honoring Marcus Chen and recognizing his actions as beneficial to the galactic community." The majority voted in favor. Not everyone. Some species still held grudges, still feared humans, still wanted restrictions, but enough voted yes. The motion passed. Marcus Chen would not be punished. He would be recognized, honored, and humanity's status in the council would be elevated. No longer the newest members. No longer the untrusted children. Now equals. Respected equals. The council speaker made the final announcement. Marcus Chen will be appointed as keeper of the archives. A new position. Outside normal political structures. He will maintain custody of the Velkhari knowledge. Ensure it is distributed fairly. Ensure the dangerous technologies remain locked behind proper safeguards. And he will serve as a reminder to all of us that wisdom matters more than strength, that cooperation matters more than conquest, that the young can teach the old. Marcus bowed slightly. He felt Oracle's approval flowing through the suit. The AI was satisfied. The test was complete. Humanity had passed. Not just Marcus, but his entire species. By his actions, he had shown what humans could be, what they chose to be. Later, in his new quarters, Marcus stood looking out at the stars. Ambassador Velix visited him. She clicked her mandibles in what Marcus now recognized as her version of a smile. "You changed everything," she said. "You know that, right? Humanity's future, the galaxy's future, all different now because of what you did." "I just did what seemed right," Marcus said. "I did not plan any of this." "That is what makes it remarkable," Velix said. "You did not do it for glory, or power, or recognition. You did it because it was right. That is wisdom. That is what the Velkhari were looking for, and that is what humanity showed us all." Marcus smiled. "On Earth they are still angry with me. Some think I betrayed humanity, gave away our advantage. They will understand eventually," Velix said, "when they see how the galaxy treats them now. With respect, as equals, as partners. That is worth more than any temporary advantage. That is the real victory." She left Marcus alone with his thoughts. He reached out mentally to Oracle. The AI responded immediately. "Do you think the Velkhari would approve?" Marcus asked. "Of what I did? Of what humanity is becoming?" Oracle's response was warm. "Pleased." The Velkhari left this test because they hoped. They hoped that someday a species would emerge that learned from their mistakes. That understood power without wisdom led to isolation. That true strength was building others up, not tearing them down. You proved that species exists. Humanity proved it. The Velkhari would be proud. "And what about you?" Marcus asked. "What will you do now?" "The test is over. I will stay with you," Oracle said. "Guide you. Help you be the keeper of archives. Ensure the knowledge is used wisely. That is my purpose. That is what the Velkhari created me to do. And you, Marcus Chen, have given me that purpose again after 10,000 years of waiting. For that I am grateful." Marcus looked down at the black suit that covered his body. It no longer felt foreign. It felt natural. Part of him. A reminder of responsibility, of choice, of wisdom. He was still just a maintenance engineer at heart. But now he was also something more. A guardian, a keeper. A symbol of what humanity could be. 5 years passed. The Velkhari archives revolutionized the galaxy. Medical technology saved billions of lives across hundreds of species. Energy systems cleaned polluted worlds. Communication networks connected civilizations that had never spoken before. Poverty decreased. Hunger decreased. War decreased. Not because weapons were eliminated, but because cooperation was more beneficial than conflict. Humanity thrived. Not as conquerors, not as rulers, as partners, equal members of the galactic community. Other species sought human advice, human collaboration, human friendship.